Hey, what's up, YouTube? Excited to be back with you today with another YouTube video. I'm committing to try to do 2 of these a week at least. And so I saw an article come on to my email, and it's a review by JungleScout, which is a very popular software program for Amazon private label sellers, as well as some other things that you can use it for. But they primarily focus on private label, but they wrote an article on how to make money on Amazon with online arbitrage in 2022. And I wasn't going to do a video on this until I read through it, and I saw that there were some things that were great information that will help a lot of people. But there's also some things that are missed in this article that I wanted to address. And so I'm going to show you this article. I'll read through it with you, and especially some of the key points. But ultimately, I wanted to discuss some of the things that they missed, so that maybe if you are looking to get started in online arbitrage in 2022, it's something that can help you to grow your business in a better way and think about it from a different mindset and a different angle. So thank you for being part of my channel, for watching this Ask Jimmy Smith channel. Excited to help in any way I can. So let's go ahead and get right into the article. Okay, so as you can see, this is the online arbitrage guide, as their link says here, and they've got some great information on their website. So JungleScout has been around for a long time. I actually have their Chrome extension. I paid for it a while ago. It is helpful, definitely, with private label products, and even somewhat in some arbitrage scenarios, although I don't use it for that anymore, but I know some people do. But this is the article, How to Make Money on Amazon with Online Arbitrage in 2022. The reason that they're doing this, I think, is just because they know that arbitrage is continuing to grow in opportunity. And so this gives them another touch point to be able to help their users maybe get started in arbitrage and eventually grow into their private label business model. And so they talk about the differences between retail arbitrage and online arbitrage. So if you're an Amazon seller or thinking about becoming one, you've likely heard about retail arbitrage. Retail arbitrage is the practice of buying a product at a low price from a retail store and reselling that same item for a higher price on an online marketplace such as Amazon. It's the basics of retail arbitrage. And basically, online arbitrage is the same thing, just doing it online instead of in a store. And they talk about an example of this would be purchasing a discounted toy from Walmart for $5 and reselling it at full price on Amazon for $20. It's a great example. There are some caveats there. Amazon has some restrictions for toys that are meant for younger ages versus toys that are meant for older ages. And so depending on the toy, this may not actually be something that you could sell on Amazon. So you have to be kind of careful with this. If you're brand new and you're looking to get into toys, you have to make sure that you know those age restrictions, or that you have the proper documentation for any of the children's toys that are under, I believe it's 12 years old at the time of this recording. So just make sure that you know some of that. This can be something that could set somebody off buying a bunch of products and then they realize they can't send in half of them. So it's I just wanted to at least point that out for you. But it does say this business model is an easy, low-cost way to begin your journey as an e-commerce entrepreneur, which that is absolutely true. It is low-cost, low-hanging fruit opportunity that can turn into $1 million plus business like my business is. So ultimately, it is something that is an easy, low-cost way to begin your online journey as an e-commerce entrepreneur, but it can also be a full-time business model. And we've seen over 1,000 success stories come from my book, as well as the course information that I've taught. And you can see over 500 of those success stories if you just want to check it out to make sure I'm not lying at AskJimmySmith.com/success. You can see over 500 of those. But anyway, they end up talking about it does take a lot of time going to and from retail stores, searching for products to resell. And that's where online arbitrage comes in. Online arbitrage is the same practice as retail arbitrage, except you don't have to leave your house to find profitable products. Yes, that is true. It can take a lot of time going to and from retail stores, searching for products to resell. Definitely a true statement. There is drive time. There's a ton of different issues that can come from that, but it's also, in some cases, a better opportunity because you can look for those regional products. You can look for more niche products that other sellers are too lazy to leave their house to go and find. So keep that in mind as well, that there's a huge benefit to taking this extra time where you can actually find higher profit products, and you can find more that you can ultimately end up sending in and selling that stay good products for a consistent amount of time. Now, the biggest issue in this article, as we'll get into a little bit more later, is that they're talking mainly about clearance products, the toy that you can find for $5 and resell on Amazon for $20. But the things that make a consistent arbitrage business are replenishable products. And that's what I've taught in the book and the course. So you need to make sure that you're looking for things that are full price that you can sell on Amazon for 2 to 3 times the price by bundling them together, by putting them into multi-pack, Amazon product SKUs, right? ASINs. So that way you can make sure to send those in. So I try to limit some of the terminology I use if you're brand new, but they're called ASINs if you've never sent them in to Amazon. So let's talk a little bit more about online arbitrage in this article. OA is the process of buying products from online retailers with the sole intention of reselling those at a higher price for a profit on another online marketplace, such as Amazon, eBay, or Facebook Marketplace. I do recommend taking a look at other marketplaces. It's not just for Amazon. You can do a great business on eBay. You can do excellent business on Facebook Marketplace, on Mercari or Poshmark, or even Walmart.com allows third-party sellers to do this as well. It does allow you to source profitable products from thousands of websites versus limiting yourself to the physical retail stores in your area. Now, this is a viewpoint issue to me. Yes, it's limiting yourself to physical retail stores in the area if you're doing only retail arbitrage, but it's also limiting yourself to physical stores that you have that other people in different parts of the country do not have. And that's a key thing that can really differentiate your business and help you to continue to grow in success. Now, I know people that have huge businesses only doing online arbitrage. I also know people that have huge businesses only doing retail arbitrage. So I suggest having a nice mixture of both if you have the ability to do both, because you can really differentiate your business by having retail arbitrage products as well as by having some of those online arbitrage products that are easy to buy and have sent to you. And there's a lot of pros, and we'll go through in a second. They do say you'll save on gas, mileage, time, and the potential frustration of not finding any viable products in store. So I have a solution somewhat for this. I highly recommend, if you want to do retail arbitrage, instead of going to the store and standing there the whole time and wasting a bunch of time in the store, which is what I used to do. I'd spend 4 hours on one side of an aisle a few different times, but usually it was at least 30 minutes to an hour that I'd stand there and look for products. But now, for whatever reason, I didn't think of this before. I recommend taking pictures of those aisles. So go into your store and take pictures of the aisles themselves and get close enough that you'll be able to zoom in and see the size of the product, the name of it, the flavor, the price. But then you can bring those pictures home and do all your research from home and then just make a shopping list so you can go back out to the store. So yes, this is true. You can save on gas, mileage, and time, but you're also missing out on some of those regional replens and niche products that you might not be able to find online because they're only in your local area, right? So the best part is anyone can do it. Definitely agree with that. Anybody can do online arbitrage and retail arbitrage. There are some restrictions, right? If you can't get out of your house for whatever reason, or you can't go to the store, there are physical limitations to doing it. You can luckily use some service apps to help you with that. People that will go buy shopping or do shopping trips for you. But it is something that anyone can do. And you don't need a special business license to buy products to resell as you do with wholesale. Simply place an order as you would with any other online purchase. Very true. However, some online stores allow you to purchase tax exempt. So you want to make sure that if you are purchasing online arbitrage or doing retail arbitrage, I highly recommend getting some sort of state reseller license that you can submit to the online stores. Walmart.com, for instance, allows you to order tax exempt. Some online stores will not allow you to do that, like Target.com, but you can do that and get tax exempt on your items depending on the website. So just do a little bit of research and check that out before you go and try to do it at Target and then they don't let you place any orders at all. So do some research there, but it can help to save some money. And then they talk about the legality of it, which is good because we get these questions. But yes, arbitrage is legal to practice. According to the first sale doctrine, once you purchase a product, you have the right to resell that exact same product. So if you want to really look into the legality of it, check out the first sale doctrine. There's a lot of articles out there that cover it. So how does our online arbitrage work? They talk about it being a simple process, and it is. And I love that it's just 5 real quick and easy steps that they show. There's some more that can go into it, but this is the basics. So I'm glad they didn't really break it out into like 20 or 30 steps. It is a really basic model. It is simple. It's not easy to do, however. The very first step from a conceptual perspective is search for discounted or clearance products on an online retail store such as Target.com or Walmart.com. Yes, online arbitrage is accomplished through doing this. However, the big mistake is the searching for discounted or clearance products. You can do that, and it's a beautiful way to add extra cash flow to your business. But if you're ultimately only doing that, you're going to be on a constant grind where you're always looking for clearance products. You're never going to have a stability, a stable base of replens for yourself to grow and trust in, and to have regular cash flow coming in that you're buying at full price. And by replens, they're replenishable to you. That's what I mean whenever I'm saying replens. And I've got bunch of videos on my channel there, as well as my website, AskJimmySmith.com. You can find out more about replens. But essentially, you want products that you can buy at full price and sell higher on Amazon.com in either bundled units or multi-pack units or even single units. We do that all the time. And that's how we sell over 100,000 units a year of pretty much all replenishable products. We don't do clearance shopping anymore because it just ultimately was a grind. You'd sell $10,000, $20,000 of product in a month. And then the next month you're looking for different things because these clearance and discounts change. So you need to make sure that you're taking a look at some of these replenishable opportunities. Then after you search for these products, and pretty much the rest of this is pretty accurate for these next few steps, whether it's replenishable products or discounted. The second step is look up the same products on Amazon. Obvious, you want to make sure that you're selling them for higher on Amazon. Purchase the products that sell for a higher price on Amazon. We'll go over to how to calculate the profit later. And then wait for the products to arrive at your home. List them for sale on Amazon immediately via fulfilled by merchant, or repackage and ship your inventory to FBA. So that's up to you. We are pretty much 98% FBA, where we send everything to Amazon because we want them to handle the customer service. We want them to handle all of any returns that happen, any issues. They get prime shipping. It's just, I love that model, but some people love doing FBM instead, where they control the customer process a little bit more. So that's up to you. But yeah, they're accurate on these last few. Actually, on the whole thing, they're accurate. But they're missing a key piece, which to me is the replenishable products option, which creates stability and 7-figure businesses. We've had people go up to over $300,000 in a month of just replenishable products using the course and book information and the stuff from the channel. You can find stuff on YouTube, plenty enough on replens. You don't have to buy my course or book, but it's something that you should definitely think of if you're looking into doing online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, or I actually just released a video on hybrid arbitrage, a new arbitrage model that I recommend you watching for what the difference is between the 3 arbitrage types. Now, I like this pros and cons list of online arbitrage. So I'll just quickly go through these. Pros: easily source products from home. Yes, that's true. It's a low-cost way to sell on Amazon. Yep. You get free packaging. I like this one because I always forget about it. But yeah, since the store delivers products to your home or location, items arrive safely packaged, sometimes with bubble wrap, packing paper, and other materials that you can reuse. You can even ship your inventory to FBA with the box you receive your order in. This is true. Most of the time, your boxes won't be huge unless you're buying a bunch of products in one order, which in that case, you might have big enough boxes to send to FBA. But I did like that they said items arrive safely packaged. That's about 95% of the time, yes. But there's going to be 5% of the time where you're going to get some broken jars and some stuff ruined that you'll be able to return through the online return process at the store. But it is a little bit more positive than what they make it out to be. But it's also it's true 95% of the time. So for the most part, you're not having issues, and you do get some nice free packaging with it. You can source from thousands of sites. Absolutely true. Possibilities are endless. You can do this pretty much anywhere, and you have access to thousands of sites versus in your local retail area, you might have access to 100 sites, but you'll have those regional products that you can source and send in. You can buy in larger quantities. That comes with an asterisk. It says if you find a great deal online, you can typically purchase much more inventory from a retail site versus in store. Stores only have so much stock available, and some may even limit the amount you can purchase depending on that product. Well, even online stores will limit the amount you can purchase for specific products, or if it's a company like Target.com that doesn't like resellers, if you order too much, they will just cancel the order on you. So you need to make sure that you're buying from sites that are fine with it. I would recommend joining a free Amazon Facebook group that has over 60,000 members. It's one that I've been in since December of 2015 or so, and since we started on Amazon. And it's the My Silent Team Facebook group, and you can get there. I've got the link in the notes, but it's bit.ly/M as in Mary, S as in Smith, T as in team. So MST group. bit.ly/MST group. And I'll have the link in the notes for you. But I recommend doing that so that you can ask people in that group, hey, is this site okay to order from? Is this reseller friendly? Has anyone had issues with this site canceling orders? Because there are some cancellations that can occur. Some cons, and I do like to discuss the cons. There is some more competition. If you're doing online arbitrage, as they say, since anyone can shop on the same websites from anywhere, there's room for more competition when sourcing inventory online. You're up against more resellers shopping for products online than resellers shopping at physical stores in your area. So at least they mention it here that if you're doing retail arbitrage, you have less competition for some of those products, which is the beautiful part of that model, which is why I recommend taking pictures of store shelves and doing research at home, giving those pictures to a virtual assistant that can do the researching for you. The next con, it can be tedious and time consuming. That's true. If you aren't patient in this business, it's going to be a difficult business for you. It can be tedious and time consuming, especially online, because there's a lot of back and forth between a retail site and Amazon when you're comparing prices. But that's going to be true in any arbitrage model. You need to compare. And you know what else is tedious and time consuming? Trying to figure out the right private label product to order, trying to look at how to do Amazon advertising, trying to contact a wholesaler or a supplier for your private label and get the logo done, and all these things. That's tedious and time consuming as well. So is the wholesale model. So is any business. There's going to be tedious and time consuming in any business. So if you have trouble with tedious and time consuming, it's going to be a rough go for just about any business model out there. So have the right mindset, be patient, make sure that, hey, it will be tedious and time consuming, but it's worth it. There are tons of success stories from it. It's harder to calculate profit. I 100% disagree with this. And so this is the only thing that I've been really disagree with this. It says for retail arbitrage, there's an Amazon seller scanner app available, or there are Amazon seller scanner apps available that automatically show you your potential profit with a product. Yes, there are tools to help sellers with online arbitrage, but they're not as accessible or easy to use. Plus, you have to purchase most of them. Well, most of these Amazon seller scanner apps that are available, you're going to have to purchase. Now, if you're using the free Amazon seller app, well, that comes with your FBA account if you're going to be selling. So yeah, that's free. If you're in store, you can work out the profit. But you know what you can also do with your phone? You can use it at home when you're doing online arbitrage. You can look up that product and pull up the profitability. Also, there are Google extensions that are free, like Chrome extensions that are free that will show you, your profitability. I believe one's called the Seller App Extension or something like that. Seller App Amazon Profitability Extension. I don't have it because I pay for RevSeller, or you can use ASIN Zen or AZ Insight. It's the same company. The names get confused. I recommend RevSeller. It's the one I like. But if you want a free one, you can just use the Amazon Seller app on your phone. Real simple to do that. Just look up the product after you've found it online, see if it's profitable. Or you can use one of those extensions that I mentioned. Additionally, there's some free extensions. I'm going to do a video on the top Chrome extensions for Amazon sellers, especially the free ones that'll help you with some of that. But having RevSeller makes a huge difference, or that seller app Google Chrome extension is really nice as well. So how do you get started with online arbitrage? Just an internet connection, an Amazon seller account, and a couple of free tools to get started. It does say the essential factor to succeed in online arbitrage is to purchase products that will profit on Amazon. That's definitely true. You want to make sure that you're purchasing profit or products that will profit on Amazon. It's a lot of P's in what I just said. Purchase products that will profit on Amazon. Many new sellers make the mistake of buying items without analyzing the numbers and calculating their potential profit. It's a great warning and disclaimer to have. You have to make sure that there is profitability in these items. It's easy to say, cool, I can buy a product for $5 and sell it for $8 on Amazon. That's a $3 profit. Well, that's not true, because you need to think of the fees to ship it into Amazon, the fees for Amazon to actually handle the fulfillment and packing and shipping. You need to think of all of those different things. And many times Amazon takes about 35 to 40% depending on the product. So I usually like to have the rule of thumb of trying to multiply it by 3. As you know, so if it costs $5, you want to sell it for around $15. It could be between 14 on up. But ultimately that's the general suggestion. But again, know what works from a profitability standpoint for each item. Now, 3 free tools to help you get started. I do like that they give you some free tools here. Amazon FBA Revenue Calculator. So this is a free tool that will show you the profit, which again is something that doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up with that last con for it's harder to calculate profit. But hey, it's great that they gave a free tool here. Amazon does give you a free FBA revenue calculator. I recommend finding an extension that makes it a lot simpler, so you don't have to go to a separate product page to do this. And those extensions I mentioned earlier will be helpful. But yeah, it'll give you an accurate profit calculation based on your cost of goods, Amazon fees, and more, and it is free. The JungleScout Sales Estimator, also free. The estimator tool will give you an estimate of average monthly sales for specific Amazon categories. You'll get a good idea of how many units of a product you could potentially sell each month. Well, I like JungleScout tremendously in different ways for private label and some other uses. And this information can be useful and helpful because I do know arbitrage sellers that use this JungleScout Sales Estimator. If you're going to do arbitrage, I highly recommend. The first and only software that I recommend that you have to pay for is Keepa. Getting a Keepa.com subscription. It costs about $17, depending on the exchange rate, since it's an international company, but it will save you more than $17 just by saving you on bad buys, because this can be highly inaccurate. Where Keepa has actual data that shows when the sales rank fluctuated and changed, which can help you to know what the sales are, at least have a good general idea of the sales that have occurred. This is based on the bestseller rank, which can be somewhat accurate, but the problem is, so the tool can be accurate. The problem is the rank changes by the hour. So maybe in this example, the rank is 160,000, but yesterday it was 1.2 million. And then the next day it's going to be 50,000. And then the next day it's going to be 500,000. So as the sales rank number changes, this estimated number of sales changes as well, which can be dangerous if you're trying to figure out what to test and what not to test. Keepa helps you to eliminate all of that. $17 approximately a month at the time of me recording this video. If you have to pay for any tool, pay for that one, because you will make more money than you're paying on it, and you will also save more money by utilizing it. Brickseek.com. This is one I don't ever really talk about from a Replen standpoint, because I'm typically buying things full price and selling them on Amazon at a higher price. But Brickseek is a great website. Like they say, it's like a cheat sheet for online arbitrage sellers. Brickseek will find online and even in-store deals. Many times it will also compare prices with competing websites such as Amazon. Essentially, Brickseek helps you to locate clearance deals, and they give a good example here in a minute. And let's see. Yeah, it talks about the JungleScout extension as well, that you can use the free estimator. So there's a little bit more in there. I believe you have to pay for, the JungleScout extension if you want the full detail of some of this stuff. So types of products to resell on Amazon. There's the 10 most popular Amazon product categories for arbitrage sellers. Categories are good places to start, but you don't have to limit yourself to them. We've sold in over 27 or 28 different categories for our products. So it's good to have these top 10. That'll help you get started. But ultimately, there's plenty more where this came from. So I highly recommend checking out more than just what they put here. But I love this as a resource. If you're brand new, try knocking off the ones that are the top categories. And then it talks about how to analyze products to resell. So it talks about a child's toy that the MSRP is $40 almost, and it's on sale at Walmart for $5, which is an awesome deal. I mean, I would buy this, if I came across it. It says, now let's search for the same product on Amazon, and it's selling for $28.89 on Amazon. And then they show you the profit calculator, that free calculator that you make after a $5 cost of product. You're making $12.63 or 43% margin, profit margin. And so it's a great model. It's over 200% return on your investment. Since, five, to 100% return on your investment would be a $5 profit. A 200% would be a $10 profit. And so it's about 250% almost return on your investment, because you're making $12.63 on it. So it's an awesome find. But again, next month after Walmart sells out of this thing, you aren't going to find it again, right? It's going to be gone. And that's the pain with doing online arbitrage under the clearance and discounted sales model. It goes on to talk a little bit more about the bestseller rank and some of the other things, and talks that the estimated profit does not include taxes and shipping. So make sure to include that in your estimation. So there is more that goes into it. And yeah, gives you some more information on where to source online arbitrage products to resell. So these are good, but ultimately there are way more options. And I do like, there's one last thing that they said here. And it's at the very bottom. Think of smaller websites that you could shop on as well. The more niche and less well-known, the better the deals you could potentially find. And this is 100% true. To me, that is the best piece of advice throughout this whole article, which is a great article. So I'm not disparaging this. I just wanted to give my thoughts on it, because there are better ways to do this online arbitrage model than what is typically discussed. But the more niche and less well-known a product is, or a store is, the better the deals you could potentially find, because they're going to have access to different products than what's in your normal Walmart or Target or CVS or Walgreens or Rite Aid, et cetera, right? So I highly recommend doing that. And if you're utilizing retail arbitrage, go to some of those regional stores that aren't as well known. Go to those regional stores that I don't have in St. Louis, but you might have in Florida or in Texas or in New York or California. Those are the stores that have a lot of replenishable products. You can buy full price. The store constantly replenishes them for you, and you go and buy them up. And you can even, depending on the store, build relationships with the store manager and order in bulk, so you're not buying all of their product off the shelves. So just another tip for you there. But yep, start making money from home with online arbitrage. A little closing section there. I've got the article linked below in the description, as well as some of the other links that I mentioned. But ultimately, this is a good article. There's a lot of helpful information if you're brand new, but just watch out for some of those things. See if maybe you can tweak it a little bit to make it an even better experience for you, to look at some replenishable products that aren't just discounted or clearanced, and look for some of those regional products, and use Keepa and some of the suggestions. I gave a bunch throughout this video, so I hope that it was helpful for you. Is there anything that you liked or disliked about the video? Please let me know below. Give me some comments. Have you done arbitrage or replens in the past? Where are you in your Amazon business, and how can I help you further? Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me to continue to be motivated to do more of these videos. And yeah, let me know how I can help in any way. You can email me and contact me at my website at AskJimmySmith.com. And thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you have an awesome rest of your day, and be blessed.